What's up, YouTube? I don't know how this quality of this video is going to turn out. I just don't, because we're on my phone. Apparently somebody said you could do live at YouTube, so that's I don't know if I consider this live, because I don't know how many other people are watching this video right now, or if any. So let me turn these fans off so you don't have to hear all the wind noise. But we did run current culture. We're filling the system up right now with some tap water, and we're flushing it out. Tap water, not RO. I know some people just think I do everything with RO water. Just tap water. We're going to go ahead and give the system a nice flush. Basically what you see here is how I do it. Very easy. 2 hoses to do this process, and one end you're going to fill up. You're going to fill it up. Good. One end's for fill. So the opposite end is for drain. You want the clean water to travel through the system, okay, and drain out the other end. You don't want to fill and drain from the same container. Keep that in mind. Probably common sense to a lot of folks, but you know, FYI, food for thought. That's all that is. Let me go ahead and fire up that epicenter. You can see how grimy that water is. It's pretty dirty. I'll show you what the epicenter looks like. I feel like I hate talking to myself. You guys, I'm on Instagram too. We do live Instagram videos, but for the people that pay for the subscriptions, I kind of got to give you guys some love too. Not that I don't like being on YouTube no more, but YouTube has all my content, and that's where they wish to keep it. So I know you guys can pirate videos if you like, but you can't pirate the new stuff, obviously. I don't know how this video is going to look out there, so I'm very optimistic right now, because I take my videos with a much higher quality camera than I consider my phone being worthy of YouTube videos. I don't know. So for the people that, God, I wish I can get on here and converse with people, and there was like live feed, some kind of social interaction that takes place like Instagram. I'm craving for that right now, because on Instagram, that's how it happens, and it's you know, they break it down over there in 30-minute increments. I'm not sure how much time I have here, so this would be a live stream opening video for the HygroHybrid channel. This would be the first. So to me, this is a test. You know, I like to, you know, use stream everything and use Chromecast. I cast everything to my television. So even the people that I watch on YouTube, I cast to 1080p. So I'm curious to see the quality of this video cast to my television after it's uploaded, and just basically hear your feedback. So what we have here are 4 1,000 watt combos and one 600 watt unit, and that's a 1,000 watt bulb. So the only 600 watt bulb we have left, I don't know which one's 600 watts. Oh, this one. It's 600 watts, even though we have a 1,000 watt bulb in there. It's a Hortilux bulb. We're running Hortilux. We're running Solus. I'm not going to favor any ballast company, so don't ask which one I think is best, because I think they're all the same. They all pretty much incorporate the same kind of technology. So, stemming from an idea of where I think I might have left off during the last videos of the current culture series, I just want everybody to know I was diagnosed with pneumonia the entire winter. Basically, the day after I didn't feel good on Thanksgiving, so therefore social interaction on Thanksgiving was subpar. I knew something was going on. I didn't know what it was. The effects hadn't hit me full blown yet. So basically on Black Friday, the night of Black Friday, I went to the emergency room, and I was diagnosed with pneumonia, and I've been dealing with it ever since. Don't think I forgot about you guys, but you know, Instagram is very quick, very up to date. way, minute by minute, by second, of actually seeing what I'm doing, or if anything, if I'm doing anything at all that day. So keep that in mind. For anybody that's got Instagram, it's a great, social media platform. I really enjoy it. And they haven't banned me over there, so I don't hold any grudges against them like I do YouTube. Not that they banned me at YouTube, but fuck, they gave me a hell of a run for my money, I'll tell you that. They wanted to ban me. So anyway, I was diagnosed with pneumonia, and I don't want to get into the length of it. I'm still recovering, and I still, pray and hope that I recover fully. I'm still on antibiotics. I still have relapses. I spent a lot of time in the hospital. I spent 3 days in ICU, which was probably the most terrifying time of my life. I thought I was going to die. It's not fun, especially when you got kids and family to come visit you and stuff. And I don't know. I know, we take everything for granted until you're sick, laying in that bed. And it now just gives me something better to look forward to every day that I come home, or every time that I look at my family. It gives me a much broader spectrum of being to appreciate what I have, and not take for granted what I have on a daily basis. So I'm going to leave it at that. But also, I do understand life and its cycle. So this is hope for the best right now. Right now I'm okay. I'm stable on antibiotics, and let's just hope this treatment works now. As far as this room goes and where we left off with current culture, sorry, I had to get that out of the way, guys. I don't want you to think that I neglected you deliberately. I did not. The current culture system worked, and it worked well. It worked so well, let me tell you. When I was laying in a hospital bed in ICU, it worked so well that the automatic top off and all the features that I was, that I didn't incorporate into my DIY DWC systems and all my previous history of YouTube, actually came through, and they came through and kept everything in this room alive. Let me show you this. Let me show you the room for one. Let's turn around and show you guys. That's what the room looks like, in case you guys haven't seen it in a while. Gosh, I hope this video turns out all right. I'm optimistic. Now I'm skeptical. It rocked. I'll tell you how much we got in here. We got over 9 pounds in this room. That is with now again, we have 1,000 watt combos over there, but what I did this run is I stepped it up a notch. I thought, hey, if I'm going to change out current culture, I'm going to change out ballast, and I've slowly been upgrading those ballasts a little bit at a time when I see them available. I'm not going to go out and buy them brand new off the shelves for $400. That's ridiculous. But we got over 9 pounds. What happened was you can see those. You might be able to take a look at Instagram feed and see that what we did was we harvest these two side plants. That's what we harvest, and then we come back to this back wall, and we've seen all of these big, beautiful tall colas. Like literally, went from the bottom of this net like to the glass. They were like 18 inches, 24 inches long, dense, hard flower nugs. So we harvest all that stuff, and what I noticed underneath was a lot of potential in the flowers that were left in this second tier canopy. So those flowers that weren't fully developed or mature, I let them go for another 7 to 10 days, and we wound up with even more significant weight, which is what put us over that benchmark of 9 pounds. I still have yet to trim the rest of it, but right now we have 9 pounds. See, we're almost there, and what I'll do at this point, let me show you the workstation. By the way, this isn't the workstation, this is the grow room. This is actually where all the magic happens. It is the shitter. Yes, my bathroom. well, a bathroom. So a lot of water is going to come down in here. Always remember to put a strainer in your tub, guys. You don't want to clog this thing. This is the last thing you want to fucking clog in your place. Given that we run all these little fucking clay pellets and shit balls. So this is the behind the scenes. I guess we'd call this behind the scenes, live, YouTube live, behind the scenes. I don't know what we're going to call it. Episode 1. How about that? A new beginning. A new hope. So these are the stalks that we just harvested. But what I'm going to do right now before I get into any other technicalities, this is filling up rather fast. I'm going to open up this ball valve right here. Bam. And where is it at? I'm going to plug in the nutrient pump. There you go. You can hear it working. Now let's double check to make sure that we got water flowing into the proper area. Hoses can have a tendency to slip out of where you intended. So let's start off with the stalks. The stalks are just wicked. Look at the stalks that these beastly little tiny 8-inch pot screw. Jeez. I don't think this is the biggest one. This is pretty damn big. This is 2 inches. I just rough it out right there. This was the biggest plant, if I recall. Yep, biggest plant. This thing had a root base like you wouldn't believe. Go over to Instagram, HygroHybrid at Instagram, and you will see all the photos. Even if you don't want to join Instagram, you can go ahead and just search. You know, you don't have to actually join Instagram. You can just search HygroHybrid and check out what's going on. That's the good thing about it. They don't force you to do anything. So, what's on the shelf? This is my shelf. Just your general stuff. Nothing else. If you guys want to see details of everything in here later, I'll do that for you. My PKs. I didn't actually use all this stuff that time. I used Current Culture Solutions. And this is how we are filling up the system right now through the sink. So they got these little adapters that you could screw off your diffuser and screw on to your sink. Put a little elbow on there to relieve some pressure on the hose and bring water to your system. So that's all that's happening right now. So what's going on is we're putting fresh water and we're flushing fresh water through the system. We'll leave that run for a couple minutes, and it'll be cool. What I will do is kind of agitate that a little bit with the air pumps, because there is some sediment in the bottom. So let's agitate that if we can. Seems like we're missing that line here. Good thing I got a waterproof watch. There we go. Otherwise, we're just losing a lot of our air compression. So this is basically what, there are going to be a lot of people that ask, what did the air look like in your system? That's what it looked like underneath the roots. Lots and lots of oxygen activity. Ooh, I guess, does it do that? I don't know. Like I said, this is trial and error over here with this phone. Hopefully this video actually makes it to you guys and it's not all for nothing. It looks like all of them are disconnected over here. But that one, that's an ep1 right there. Gosh. I'll fuck with that later. I don't even feel like fucking with it. So, if those were hooked up, you'd have a little bit more resistance on the air, on the diaphragm. There would actually be more air. I'm kind of interested to see how much air, because that's a new pump. I replaced it mid-cycle because the old, oh, that just fucking fell off. I need a tripod for this shit. That actually happened. Fuck, I hope this video is gonna be alright. It looks like the screen's rotating. when I hold it in the, when I think I'm holding it correctly. So, there we go. I had these running. I don't know how I had these running. I'm missing all the elbows on them. All the connectors. There we go. At least get one going. We gotta get some more connectors to connect the other ones, but you get the idea. This is an ep1 made by Blue Diamond, and that pump over there is an ep60. So you can obviously, the 60 is kicking out a lot of weight, a lot of air right there. So. Half the 1/3 of the lines are gone on this side, so there we go. That's some good action for you. Let's take you off the tripod and go back over and rest the work, the bathroom, and it's just tap water. Make sure the hose is still where it's supposed to be. This is all the rocks. I'm actually, previously I was cleaning at least three, probably four 5-gallon buckets of rocks. Now I'm at 3/4 of one bucket for all six plants. And I'm about to switch everything out from these rocks to where's it at? Oh, the Growstone, right there. I'm going to switch everything out to that. Say it's reusable, or I'm going to at least try it one round. Maybe even do it just a couple on the side plants here, and see what happens. This round, you know, without the current culture system, I have to give a big shout out, huge thank you to the current culture team for sending me this system and allowing me to experiment with it a little bit. I did change a couple things. I did not run their air diffuser rings. I just ran air stones because I'm so set in my ways. I'm like, it's hard to convince me all at once that I'm getting something better than I already had. So I'm old school. I've been doing this for so long. Baby steps for me, you know. First I'll use their system, you know, I'll use the containers, I'll use their net pots, you know, things like that. It's just, I was very skeptical about the net pot. I do like it though, so it worked out okay. The plants loved it. The plants grew just fine. I didn't notice any difference between this system and my last system. Other than that, this one is 3-pipe, fitted with 3-inch pipe, and I did not get one single root clog the entire time, which was a blessing. With the 2-inch pipe and the 27-gallon, you know, bins with the yellow lids, and that just the 2-inch pipe, I got constant root clogs. I literally have one root that goes through the 2-inch pipe, and just somewhere it's going to congregate and it's going to clog up. I got tap roots in this system that were long. I didn't get any clogs, which was a good feeling. Like I said, I was laid up in the hospital, and this grow pretty much sat unattended and on a semi-automated setup. You know, I'd have a friend or family come over here, you know, once you know, once every other day and top off the nutrients. I would just literally tell them, you know, I want this to say, you know, 600. I want this to make sure this is under 68. Make sure this is, you know, roughly in between 5.8 and 6.2. It's basically, you know, just as a general example. That's, you know, I'd tell that person that because I don't want them to come over here and tediously try and adjust the pH to a number. You know, any number is good in between 5.5 and 6.5, but I prefer 6.0. And everything was automatic top off. So these ladies ended up drinking 30 gallons of reverse osmosis water every day via that float valve through this drum. So for the most part, I had to upgrade my RO system from a 100 gallon to a 200 gallon by buying the $80 add-on kit from Stealth RO. Is it Stealth? HygroLogic. And I think the kit is called Stealth RO 200. I think it was $80, and I bought that on like Amazon or something, somewhere online, and worked out fantastic. We ran the same nets with the same scheme. The nutrients kicked fucking ass. I used the UC roots, and I know people are gonna have questions about that. In veg, I started out again with me. It's baby steps. I started out with 1 milliliter a gallon. It smells kind of like a chemical that I'm familiar with in the past, like chlorine, I want to say. Could be wrong. But what I did is I ended up cutting that in half because I did notice that my roots, specifically on the strain that I've been working with for 10 years, weren't familiar anymore. They weren't growing the same. Not that it was UC root responsible, but I just tend to I dialed that in half. Then I still got the same cleansing, the root cleanse and the system cleanse with the UC roots as the 1 milliliter per gallon application. As far as the AB, I don't have because I know people are going to ask. Guys, I just look at that meter on the wall. I add A and I add B until I see the numbers on the wall that I like. So let's just say we're shooting for 370. I'm going to add equal portions of A and B and let it cycle through the system, which takes generally about 30 minutes to be precise. You can gauge it at about 15 or 20 minutes, but with this system being a one-shot deal like this, I'll add nutrients, come back 30 minutes, I'll set my timer on the watch, come back 30 minutes later, and redose if needed. Or just the pH. It's basically how I handled that. So we use current culture solutions, A, B, UC roots at 1/2 milliliter per gallon. I use half the strength of this early, I didn't use the mid. I use the early at week 3, and I use the late at the week before I flushed. The last week of using nutrients before you flush. Every strain's different, so I can't tell you that I used it at 7 if you're running a strain that's going to be shorter or longer than mine. I ran it 1 week prior to flushing the nutrients. Okay, so again, never leave running water unattended. I promise you'll have catastrophic failures. And just double check, make sure everything's still good. And I think we're good. Just gonna shut this off. I came in here this morning and my toothbrush was like this. I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Yeah. Alright, so that's it. We're gonna let that drain out. I think it's actually flushed out for the most part. I'm going to let the water level drop, and then what I'm going to do is go in there and add through this system 1 liter or 1 quart of hydrogen peroxide and kind of let that steep overnight with the water circulating. Yes, with the water circulating. And that's that, guys. And The hydrogen peroxide will do its thing, flush the system out, keep things nice and tidy, and do most of the job for you. This run was pretty awkward because I wasn't really here. But like I said it on Instagram. If I had to put a percentage on the time that I spent in this grow, it would probably be 5%. I literally wasn't here, so that's why I thank Current Culture and their team. It just seemed like it was meant to be because I did not have automatic top off on my system, and I really don't want to put that much work on anybody else to have them come over here while I'm laying up in a hospital bed and do my job that I should be there to do. So thank God for that. I can tell you this, if it wasn't for the automatic top off, this or the way that I have things automated, this whole damn grow, I was laid up in a hospital bed in ICU. It would have just been done, totally done. But we ended up getting 9 fucking pounds, which is the fascinating thing about it. So we're smashing records over here with the new run. We are running the HygroHybrid, XX, triple XL hoods. Soon to hit the market. You know how it goes, one step at a time. I'm really loving the hoods. The light controller, people ask me about this on Instagram. So a light controller, it's a Sentinel dual trigger light controller, and it can control 2 lighting schedules if needed, because it's 2 triggers. It can do both edge and bloom, which you see both trigger cords are plugged into one timer, so both relays fire at the same time, and I use both banks for this room because I got 5 lights. I'm never going to add anything over than 5 lights in this 10 by 12 bedroom, so no worries there. I did fiddle around with the electrical workstation here. Not that I'll ever run this much stuff. It's just that when you're running stuff like this or this, it takes up the entire fucking duplex box. So we got a couple fans here. We got a pump plugged in, stuff for the fuzzy logic, and that's it. Very simple. If this video works out on YouTube and it's available to the viewers, okay, I don't know how YouTube's going to react to this live video. They totally blow my mind sometimes. I still get hassled with some of the videos on there from time to time, and it just gets tiring, you know what I mean? It's like, come on already. It's a double-edged sword. Everybody and their fucking mama's posting videos out here about marijuana. Half the country's legal. The YouTube and Google team, departments are supposed to be, open, anyway, about this kind of stuff. But why are they picking on me? I don't fucking know, and I just don't care to know anymore. So, but I do get a lot of people jumping onto Instagram asking where I'm at. I understand you guys use the YouTube platform, so I'll try to incorporate either these live feeds or whatever I'm doing when I'm doing them, if I can, and possibly knock 2 birds with 1 stone. I was actually Googling, or I went to the app market, and I guess apparently I can record this video while I'm doing it on Instagram and upload it to YouTube. I don't know. So this is a trial and error, so hopefully this video works out okay. Right now I'm holding my phone like this, so I don't know how that's going to affect the video, but it looks like I can do this, which I didn't find out. I say, yep, I can do that, so don't get dizzy. Oh, so we'll have fun with it a little later on, but in the meantime, I'll go ahead and clean up this system and get these badass bitches in this room so we can start rocking again and start all over, and play with some social media platforms and have some fun this time. Make the best of it. Current Culture and their 13XL buckets performed extremely well. If not better than the 27-gallon low profile bins. They hold the exact same amount of water. This system is 80 gallons. I want to say roughly 75, 80 gallons was my last one, maybe a little less. So they're roughly the same. So it's not too much. We're running 3-inch, pipe, which is a blessing. Goodness gracious, I can't tell you how big of a difference 3-inch pipe makes over 2-inch pipe. Just the 1 inch is a world of difference. The current culture solutions killed it. For me, yes, their system was a bonus, but I was, if anything, more interested in their staple, their proprietary product with their nutrient program, their nutrients, being that it's specifically designed for deep water culture. I don't know of any other nutrient out there on the market that's designed specifically for deep water culture. So that was where all my emphasis was focused. It did perform extremely well, and just as great as my last formulas that I've put together over the years. And so I definitely can't argue with the fact that they work. They work. So don't be afraid. Current culture works. If you're using general hydroponics, that stuff works too. 3-part works. Florinova works, as long as you mix it in a 1-gallon container before you add it to the system. Although I would like to see people use the 3-part over the 1-part Florinova. What else? Canna works. I've used Canna in the past. So if these are nutrients you're used to using or used for a while, don't shy away from DWC. They work in DWC just as well. Canna worked, and House and Garden works. So those are the nutrients. Any synthetic nutrient is going to work in a 100% synthetic growing application such as DWC. So big thanks to Current Culture and their team for sending this system out. They basically asked me for dimensions in my room and asked me where my lights were hanging, and I want to assume they kind of mocked this up on the floor and sent me the system. I did have to buy one piece, which is an elbow. I guess they didn't anticipate me jogging my control module off. They thought I was going to run it in series, just in line like that, without making the bend. But I wanted that set back a little bit, so more custom for me. Everybody's room is going to be different. Everybody uses their equipment different. So have fun, stay strong, stay healthy. Much love, mad respect, and I hope to see you guys soon. HygroHybrid, peace out. Let me get this motherfucker reset, get some plants up in here, and we'll get back on it. Later.